Hey guys, so today is another collab soap day. This is the wonderful water, I think I got that right, collab. So once again, another huge shout out to Renee for her awesome work in putting this all together. It is not easy to get this many people together to do this, and she does a fabulous job at it. So the requirements for the collab this time are they had to include the color blue. It had to have 2 distinct layers, and the 2 layers had to be different. So for example, I did 2 layers. The bottom has flaxseed added to it, so that's an additive in that layer, and then the upper layer I did in the pot swirl. So they just had to be 2 distinctly different layers, and then include blue, and that was about it. So I did a beach theme for mine. My fragrance gave me some unexpected problems in this, so you'll see that in the cutting later, but it did also accelerate, but that was my fault for not reading my notes beforehand. But anyways, make sure that you click the hashtag down below so that you can go see all the other wonderful videos done by everyone else in this collab. There are tons of them and they are just all great, so make sure you check them out too. And without further ado, here's my collab soap. Hi guys, and thanks for stopping by. So today is going to be another heat transfer day. Just in case you don't know what that is, that means instead of melting my oils and butters beforehand and then letting my lye come to room temperature, I am going to use my super hot lye to melt my hard oils and butters and then go from there. I do it both ways, just depends on the day. Today is definitely a heat transfer day. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in there. This had my Tessa Silk in it, so got that all mixed in there really good. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and stir this around for a little while till it's all melted. Then I'll see you back in a minute. Alright, so I'm not seeing any chunks of any of my oils or butters, which means it's time to move on. And that is adding my liquid oils. And this has my buttermilk powder, my kaolin clay, and my sodium lactate, which normally is added to the lye water when I let it cool off. But I go ahead and add it here just because it's not quite as hot by the time I pour it in then. I've heard of people just pouring it in with the lye water anyways. For the sake of it, I just throw it in here. Never had any problems with it. So, right. Let's see, where do I want to put that? Give this a little stir, and then I'm going to get my stick blender out. We're going to go ahead and blend this all up. So as I mentioned in the opener, this is a collab soap and it's water themed. So the fragrance I'm going with today is called Aqua Spa by Crafter's Choice. It is notes of modern rose and lily, brightened with orange, lime, and ozone, which it sounds really weird to describe something as ozone in my opinion, but that's what it smells like. It's got like that really fresh, clean smell. I had my husband smell it. He said it smells like detergent. I don't know, to me that's a nice clean. If you like detergent, I guess it works. I kind of see where he's coming from, but I like it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. I'll see. Alright, so I'm keeping it really fluid because doing layers, doing multiple colors, and those colors will end up getting blended some more. So I want to keep it loose so I can do what I want to do with it. I failed to read the fragrance notes, and Crafter's Choice doesn't put it on there like Brambleberry does, where it says this accelerates or rises or doesn't. So for the sake of not screwing up, I'm gonna pretty much add my fragrance to each layer, because shocker, I didn't read how it reacts. So I'm also awful at eyeballing, so hopefully this is enough for the bottom layer. Going for a beach theme, not very original, I know, but hopefully fun. So for that bottom layer, I'm going to try and get a sandish look with this honey blush from Nurture soap. I'm also going to throw some flaxseed powder in there to try and give it a little bit of that sandy type of look. I have never used this color. I've actually really never used any colors from Nurture. I also can't open bags and gloves. Son of a gun, come on. I ordered a bunch of them, and I'm super excited to try them. But I've never used them. So we'll see how this goes. I was a little lost for how to make a really good sand color. So hopefully this works. I'm gonna start off with a really tiny bit because I don't want to overdo it. But I can see we're gonna need more. That isn't looking right yet. Oh, I cannot promise you won't hear any crazy kid sounds. They're outside playing. Add a little titanium dioxide. I can promise there's no chicken sounds this time though. They are finally outside. Hallelujah. My husband finished building the coop, and those suckers got their butts moved outside. My kids are a little less than happy, but they'll live, especially considering it's a beautiful time of year and we spend lots of time outside, so they'll always get to see them. Just a little more. I'm gonna blend it too because, you know, titanium dioxide needs that blend to really get in there. So let me give this a quick blend and we'll go from there. All right. I think that looks like a fairly decent sand color, right? Maybe? Asking myself, so really helpful, huh? I'm trying to basically convince myself that I'm happy with it. Yeah, we're gonna add the flaxseed powder now. I'm just gonna do a tiny scoop of this because I don't want to make it super scratchy. But I do want that little bit of exfoliation on the bottom layer, plus to give it that sandy sort of look. So let's go with that. Give it a mix. I was originally gonna do pumice powder, and I actually bought a whole bag of it just for this project. And then as I was getting my supplies out today, I saw the flaxseed powder and I was like, I like this better. So kind of wasted. But it was a waste to buy the pumice powder, but oh well. I'll use it for something, right? Just gives me an excuse to make a soap based around it. I'll never argue with that. All right, just a little more, because I don't want to make it super scratchy. I do want exfoliation, and I do want a sand look. So, go ahead and dump this in there. I'm happy with that. That looks good. Yep, I like it. All right, we're good. Scrape this down. Try not to block your view. Oh, and there goes my fridge. Never fails that that thing needs to start running right in the middle of my video. It is old, it is loud. I don't live in a great location for making videos, if I'm being honest. I live across the street from a little airport. I live next to a very, well, basically a highway. So if you hear traffic, if you hear planes, I have train tracks behind me. So sometimes we'll hear shaking from that. Yeah, I probably don't live in I shouldn't probably make videos based on my location, but you know what? Whatever. I hope you could actually see that. The joy of not having my camera facing towards me. So I have no idea. No, guys. I didn't add my fragrance to that. Dang it. Okay. This is why I add my fragrance when I'm like, oh, I'll say add it to each one as I split it, and then my brain loses it. Because I was too busy worrying about, like, does this look like sand? It doesn't matter if it looks like sand if it doesn't smell good. Thankfully, it's maybe a quarter of the bar total, so, you know, the fact that the rest of this is fragranced will be okay. Okay. Well, let's pretend that didn't happen and keep going. So I'm gonna just do an in the pot swirl. We're gonna have, we'll do this one white, which means we're gonna get rid of a little bit of this. Titanium dioxide, pretty good amount. We're gonna use this beautiful Caribbean blue from Nurture. It is an all Nurture color day. I am pumped. So excited to give these a try. I've wanted to for so long. If I could actually scoop any of it. So the fact that I am finally doing it, one is gonna be Caribbean blue, one is gonna be Caribbean blue, part Caribbean blue at least. And a tiny bit of the dark navy blue so that I can get just a little difference in color. Here it is. There we go. Gonna eventually master opening plastic baggies in gloves, or I'm gonna learn to stop buying plastic baggies. One of the two. Right. Okay. Tiny bit of that. I'm gonna give this a little stir. Got really thick. Whoops. Probably should have honestly gone with a slightly different formula for this. I've done this before. I did this with my winter collab. My formula is a little yellow, as you can see, which kind of gives problems with blues. My dumb butt didn't change a darn thing. Like I should have learned last time. Like, you're gonna get kind of greens, not blues. But here we are doing the same thing. Because why would I learn, right? I should have probably switched. I have a base formula that I use for every bar of soap. Don't really change it unless it's something special. But I should have, like, this should have been a special occasion to change it. Less olive oil and whatnot. Yeah, less olive oil to give me less of that yellow color, which is making this green. Ooh, so I spray that all over. Oh well, You know what? We're gonna take it as it comes. The ocean isn't always really straight up blue, right? It's greeny. I'm trying to justify my mistake here, right? It's alright. Alright. I'm gonna give these two the tiniest of swirls because, not swirls, blends, because already fairly thick. Don't want to set them up too much, but titanium dioxide requires a little blend. So here we go. Okay, well, I'm just gonna apologize to Nurture Soap now. I didn't do your beautiful colors very much justice. That Caribbean blue is so gorgeous. Like, it really is. It's just this beautiful, shimmery, tropical blue. And I made it kind of like a teal-ish, maybe, color. Oh, okay, well, here we go. Flops. And flops. And yeah, that's good. Make sure that's set up enough that I'm not going to break through it too much. Still going to pour it over the spatula to be sure. My attempt at an in the pot swirl with some really thick batter and some kind of funky colors. All right, dump the rest of these in there. Oop, almost had a full-on accent there. Get to the top, I want more white. Kind of like that water breaking. I have seen some, I'm blocking your view, I know, some incredibly gorgeous beach soaps done. And I can almost guarantee that there will be some more in this video, or this video. Yes, I'm gonna do multiple in this video and they're just gonna be so great. No, in this collab, I am certain that there will be some other wonderfully beautiful beach soaps. This is my first attempt at a beach soap. We'll leave it at that. And let's be real, my plans don't exactly always go as I expect them to. I still swear I plan my soaps, but they just never seem to actually go that way. I mean, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes we come out with happy accidents. Sometimes a little less. One of the videos I got inspiration from was like, it did the pointy layers where you get that really wispy pour through look to give you those splashy, lovely waves. That ain't gonna happen here. Like I kind of was thinking I was gonna do, because we got some thick batter. That's okay. But yeah, so like I was saying, the chickens are officially outside. My husband built the coop from scratch, like just came up with his own design and just totally built it. I'm gonna leave a couple pictures at the end of this video if you're interested in seeing his wonderfully done coop. I gotta give him props. Like, he's never really done a lot of woodworking. He's interested in it, just never really had a chance for it, kind of thing. And then he kind of just took on this massive project with this chicken coop. Like it's not a small project at all. And not that I didn't think he could do it, I was just kind of like, maybe we should just buy one. Maybe that'd be a better idea. But he did a great job. Those chickens have one heck of a nice home, that's for sure. So we'll leave some pictures of our coop and our little chicks. They're not so little anymore. They're 9 weeks, which doesn't sound like a lot, but chickens get big fast. Hopefully only another 5 or 6 weeks, and we're gonna start getting some eggs. Anyways, I'm just pouring my extras over here into this. I always try and do some samples. And in a couple minutes, I'm gonna come back, kind of shape this top a little, and throw some embeds on. Alright. There's no like, hey, I'm doing this design on the top. Just kind of trying to give sort of wavy look, I guess. Not making like a nice design per se or anything. I'm just trying to give it that splashy spray water sort of look. I really made a mess today. Anyways, embeds. So I got just all these cute little, there's this shell and a crab and this shell, sea star, this shell. So I'm just gonna kind of squeeze a couple on here as they go. They'll end up getting cut on the final thing. Like, there won't really be a chance for them to stay whole, but that's okay. I don't know when to leave a top alone. Just want to keep playing with it. Okay. Seriously, I don't know, like it just, I'm always like, but what if I try this and this and that and we should do this? Okay, I'm gonna force myself to leave it alone. That one up just a little because the end will get trimmed off. Trying to keep them as much in the bars as I can so they don't get cut too bad, but I know that they're not gonna be perfect. You're gonna end up probably getting cut some. It's okay. We're just trying to do what I can. All right. Decisions. Which one do I want? There we go. Oh well, I made a couple extra. I think I was originally planning not to do the wavy thing, and I was just gonna lay them all over. But anyways, there it is. That is my Aqua Spa water themed soap. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching this. I will bring you back in about 24 hours when I cut it, and I'll see you then. Alright guys, so it's been about 19-ish hours and this is ready to go. Before I start cutting, I want to give you guys a quick note about this fragrance. So I said I didn't read the notes on it yesterday, but I do know I bought it because it said it had 0 vanilla and it discolored to none after cure. Tell me that does not look like some massive discoloration. So So I went back and did some serious digging through the comments, and when I got to a comment all the way back at like January 2016, someone stated it discolors. You really need to put that in the description. And Wholesale replied and said, oh yeah, we can do that. Obviously didn't, because it still states there is zero discoloration. And so I am super, super frustrated and rather angry about that, because that totally ruined my way. I'm gonna have like funky yellow in my ocean instead of white. So if you use this fragrance, know that there very much is potential for it to discolor. I didn't see it on a lot of reviews, but like that one all the way back stated it did, and that they actually were on a forum discussing with other people how it discolors. And then before that there was a couple other comments stating it discolored. And you know, I didn't go all the way back to 2016 when I was originally going through comments to see about this fragrance. So when it's not yellow, I think it came out really well actually. You can get a little bit of the navy. I love this. So yesterday this color was darker when I poured it. Also, it's really gloomy outside, so I'm like using lights. So I apologize for the weird shadows. This was much darker and I was like, that's fine. It just looks like wet sand. It lightened up and I love it. It's Honey Blush, right? From Nurture's. Beautiful. Actually, all of them from Nurture's are gorgeous. I love you, Nurture. I need to buy all of your colors because these are gorgeous. Just wonderful. But yeah, so kind of boo on you, Wholesale Supplies, for telling me there will be zero discoloration when people have kind of stated that it does discolor, and that's some pretty obvious discoloration. It's a great fragrance, don't get me wrong. Really careful going through this melt and pour real quick. Get that through there. Alright. It is a really, really great, beautiful fragrance, don't get me wrong. It smells beautiful and I love it. But I would not have put it in my white layer if I would have known that this was going to happen. So, a little upset, but oh well, it is what it is. I wasn't originally planning to use that fragrance, if I'm going to be honest, for this collab. It was another sort of last minute change, kind of like the whole flaxseed powder was. I went down to grab the one I was originally planning to use and saw the Aqua Spa, liked it better. So yeah, my ocean water looks a little funky. The blues came out beautiful. I was really afraid about them yesterday actually, but I think they came out not green. And I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, my stupid phone. If it could just stop with this focus. Anyways, if that was not in focus, that whole cut, that was my bad, and I'm sorry. Again, the joy of not being able to see my screen as I'm doing this. But yeah, love the honey blush, love the blues. They came out gorgeous. They didn't come out green like I was thinking. Love the variation in the blues. You've got that beautiful Caribbean with a little bit of navy in there just to give that twist on color. And you know, my white's not really white, but it is what it is, right? Nothing I can really do about it now. Still is fun looking. I kind of get a little mad at myself afterwards. After I made this last night, I looked at my husband and I was like, I should have put glitter on there. Why didn't I put glitter on there? Like the top needed glitter. I like putting glitter on. Like usually if the question is, should I glitter it? The answer is yes. And I can't believe I didn't yesterday. It's a glitterless soap. Oh well. But anyways, that is my Aqua Spa June collab soap. Water's a little funky looking, you know, not white, so it makes my water look a little weird, maybe not totally right, but I still think it's super fun. Still love it. Still surprised how well it worked out. Also, that fragrance does accelerate according to their website, which is not surprising considering it's florals. Explained some of my issues yesterday. Word of the wise, make sure you go check your fragrances before you use them. And maybe go back 4 years and comments. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already following along, click the subscribe button so that you can be notified when more videos go up. I know I've been a little behind in posting videos lately. There is an explanation for that will be up soon, and I promise there will be more. Anyways, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you next time.